So, I have some really good news here. Look who's back. This is Beaver. Feeling a little better now. She ended up, oh, there's Feisty. She was trapped in a kind of a pipe. I'm not sure. I mean, it's not really a pipe. Well, it is an iron pipe. It's got a base at the bottom of it with a little hole in it. It's about 4 inches in diameter, made of iron. I don't know, I think it's used for foundation support on small buildings or something. I don't know. But my neighbor had the couple of them or 3 of them stored under their deck. Which, if you remember my last video, the last place I saw them, they were under the neighbor's deck peeking out at me. So the only thing I can think is she chased a mouse into the big end and the mouse went out the little end and she couldn't get out at all. But this was on a Wednesday and I had given up on her by Sunday. I mean, I looked everywhere. I was certainly spending a lot of time checking that deck out and nothing. But anyway, about 8:30 at night on just a feeling I had, I went and checked to see if any of the mom cats wanted to come in and get fed, and Critter was on the deck. And I was trying to coax her to come in and eat, because she always spends 10 minutes rubbing the door and backing off, and then rubbing the side of the deck and making up her mind if she's going to come in and eat or not. And I started hearing her Beaver here, meow, 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 meow. And sure enough, it was underneath the neighbor's deck. So I went over there. I couldn't see where it was coming from, but it was definitely coming from under that deck. And I knocked on the neighbor's door, and they came out and pulled stuff out of there, and it ended up being that pipe. And one of them had arms long enough to get up in there and grab her hind legs and pull her out. And first thing she wanted when I got her back inside was to go back out. And you can see her there in the window. She still wants to go out. They all do, really. But I think I'm putting the kibosh on going out. When it comes to the debate of inside or outside cats, I've always, for the most part, fallen on the indoors camp. But with the 3 of them being fast and sneaky and the moms going in and out because, you know, they're not pets, it was kind of difficult to enforce that. So I sort of decided, well, in this case, they're going to have to learn to be outdoor cats, because that just seemed to be the way the wind was blowing. But at this point, I am more than ever on the side of indoor cats, even though it's more work for me. But we'll see. Maybe when they get a little bigger. And I was really worried about her, Beaver here, because she's tiny. And it turns out there's a reason for that. She has Bartonella, which means they all have Bartonella, but she's symptomatic and has reddened gums. And in fact, I got that test result back the day she went missing. So now all 3 of them are on antibiotics that I have to give different doses to each one every day for 3 weeks. It's easier than it necessarily has to be, but it's not easy. Let's put it that way. But so far so good on that. And she does seem to be feeling a little better and eating a little better. Obviously she hasn't gained any weight yet. Pumpkin here has a surprise coming next week. He's going to get fixed. And then after that will come Feisty in another 2 weeks or so after Pumpkin's completely recovered. And hopefully at that point I won't be spending so much doggone money on these guys. But anyway, that's the good news. Beaver is A-OK. Well, not A-OK, but okay. And hopefully will be A-OK. I thought Beaver was going to be the big one because they were all bigger when they were born. But Pumpkin here turns out to be the giant. So that's all I got for now. Take care.